When I was young, some of the first games I ever played were in a book.
A book? But games are played on machines, like me.
Well, not originally, Darren. Let me tell you a tale. A tale from my past.
Oh no, is this gonna be long? We have a review to do.
Back before there were handhelds and consoles, I used to scour libraries and bookstores looking for adventure books.
No, we don't have time for this!
I was obsessed. I'd play these books day and night. And when I was at school, all I could think about was getting back to my books and losing myself in these fascinating worlds. I never left home without my trusty dice, a pencil, and notepad to keep track of my character's skills and health. And on the way home from school each day, I'd take detours on purpose just so I could play a bit more. It was my first introduction to a lifelong love of role-playing games, or RPGs, and choice and consequence gaming.
Affirmative. There were actually many adventure books of varying complexity published in the 1980s. It was a gateway for many into proper Dungeons & Dragons tabletop gaming. And of course, video games themselves.
Guys, I've always wanted to play Dungeons & Dragons.
Oh, you're a feisty character, Red. I reckon you'd be awesome at D&D.
Oh, thanks, Barjo. I think I'd make a pretty good mage. Abracadabra! Well, in the Warlock of Firetop Mountain, these old books get a modern makeover. The game just came out on iOS, but we reviewed it on PC. It begins just like a storybook. You're told of a warlock that lives deep within Firetop Mountain. And within that mountain is treasure, adventure, and of course, many monsters to battle. Oh, and heaps of traps.
Affirmative. This game is going to test your luck and will not go easy on you. You're first asked to choose an adventurer, and then you begin exploring. As you move through the map, the world is mostly obscured from sight.
I absolutely love the way the world drops into view as you make choices and progress.
Yeah, me too. Oh, and pro tip, sometimes you can see little monsters hiding ahead, which can give you a heads up if there's a fight coming.
You'll be fighting a lot. Even simple choices such as going across a bridge or trying to sneak can end in battle. At every turn, you'll be given options about what to do and where you can explore. Just like in the old adventure books.
And sometimes you'll find a potion, or learn a special incantation, or find a weird amulet, or some treasure, or you might end up fighting skeletons. Or ghosts. Or bats. Or grubs.
Wait, grubs don't actually sound that bad.
They're evil grubs. Sometimes your choices go wrong and you can lose a health or maybe even a skill point.
Yeah, and there are a few choices that just end in instant failure, and I found this a little unfair, Barjo. At least let me try and fight my way out. The more I played, the more I started to enjoy the high stakes of each decision. You never know what's around the corner.
A good adventurer is always prepared, but in a game like this, you can't prepare for everything.
Yes, unless you play the cheat mode where you can actually look at all the outcomes before you choose them, but none of us would have done that, right? No, I didn't think so. But as you learn the map with each playthrough, that allows you to get through it quicker and with more success. It's a tiny bit like a roguelike game in that way.
Yeah, and each time you restart, you get the chance to unlock new characters with souls that you earn in battle. Each hero has their own special skills and statistics, and their own story, which twists and turns as you play through the game.
And there are also epic heroes. Oh, they're super effective. Battles take place on a board of squares. It's turn-based gameplay, but the player and the computer-controlled characters all choose their actions, and then everything plays out at once.
I really struggled with this at first, you guys, because the game doesn't do a very good job of explaining how this combat works. I was confused about who was hitting what, and I'd swing in the air, just missing enemies altogether. But after a few hours of practice, suddenly everything clicked, and I was knocking out enemies before they even had a chance to hit me. And then I was a kid again, playing with those books once more.
Oh, it does take some time to learn, Barjo. The key is to learn the patterns of enemies, which have a few variations. Bats, for example, like to move then attack, then move again. And ghosts, well, ghosts attack on a diagonal, so if you stand in front of them, you can take them out easily without getting hit. A little bit like chess.
Final thoughts?
I loved the style of this and the way it encourages you to have another go and another go. I'm giving it 3.5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Yeah, this game really grew on me, and it's made right here in Australia too. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 rubber chickens.
They should make a sequel called The Warlock of Mount Kosciuszko.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Or maybe the Elves of Fairy Meadow.